Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. Last time, basically the entire episode, these two ladies tried to get me to join the student council and eventually convinced me to play a game of Risk and then there was like a no, I don't even know, I don't remember as well. Basically, they tried to convince me to join the student council the whole episode, and then we played a game of Risk, and now we're here, so let's see what's going down. Shizune says, ... Alright. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. Damn. What's it to if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. ... I wonder if you'd be any good for the student council. What's this reverse psychology? Yeah. She's like, oh, she's all up in my face now. Look at this. Oh, there we go. The music's kicking in now. I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. ... Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day, and I can't make that kind of commitment. Yeah. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah. I'm not sure that I want to. I'm just not sure that I want to. Yeah, he's gotta like have some time to decide. Oh, look at her face. She's got the pouty face. She's got the pouty face. Okay, Hichan, but we're not gonna give up so easily. You said maybe, so there's still a chance you'll come around. ... Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me, unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. ... Surely, you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game, you know. Maybe we can play a game, you know, then. To give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Ooh, oh, that's cold. Sick burns, man. I take a glance at the clock and on the wall and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Oh man. Shizune scratches her head and gestures towards Misha. It's hard to determine whether the library is open. There's a clock right... Oh, I read that completely wrong. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. ... It should be open unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shitan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. You can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No, thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, what? What? Whoa. What? The painting's different. On the one flight of stairs up, and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Oh no. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Oh no. Is this like the dude upstairs' his wife? Because this painting is creepy. not creepy. Actually, I don't know if it's creepy or not. It's just strange painting. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them? Or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. I turn around the corner and an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though. Barely ajar, so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. Shh, that didn't happen. Shh. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. Oh. Since when are we in a horror game? The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hellos on my lips is quickly snatched away. No, I'm saying that's... This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figures taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Oh no, you can't just stare at her. What if she sees you? Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup, opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for introducing. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Yeah. Thanks. I slowly step towards the seat opposite her, and the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. I'm having trouble today. Just woke up. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling that, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes meant that she was at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers. Accentuated, I got a word right, by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Satao. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Hisao Nakai. If you didn't get that, that was a James Bond reference. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. Wow, for a partially blind girl or a blind girl, that's pretty good. Brush here, a brush there. Her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see her on her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me. Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. She was in it, some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup, and she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicated it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamichi, as are most of the students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right. I'm in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and walking. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I'll imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Oh yeah, look at him. This is like the first time I actually get to look at him. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. No wonder all of the girls are talking to him. Just look at him. Look at that face. Just, oh man, spending too much time. But whatever. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Satao. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal, but you're already being formal, girl. Girl, you ought to be formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi. I got that right, I think. I hope. And is specifically for blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the fox paws. Looking at her face, though she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need for you to change your speech on my account. Oh, sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. Oh, look at him. He's like sweating. He's like, oh man, I done fucked up. An environment like this should be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I siege into another? I don't think that's siege. Segi. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her vision of the place. This might be her vision of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class rep don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class rep, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt, fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. He's not even looking at the girl. Maybe he is, I don't know. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of club? Oh, he's just using the girl. He's just using the girl now. What kind of clubs are there to join? There's the more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtime. The baseball club and the book club in a room near the library. There's numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing to a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, that's good. That's a relief. Oh, look at him. He's got a little sweat thing on his cheek. I've really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. Pass the time. Oh man, it's getting late. As I look out over the window over her shoulder, I notice that the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Oh, I like this music. Huh? The time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise to her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Hisa. I didn't mean to keep you from going to the library so long. Oh, I think this might be a little bit too loud. Professional. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems to know in any case. True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms that I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. Yeah, I noticed that. It was my pleasure. Aww. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. Yeah, there you go. There you go, guy. She stands up to follow me, She takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy had in my class, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Yeah. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. And that's just the creepy painting again. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers as we walk through the hallway. Doesn't take us long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Yeah, and plus he had like a blind girl taken him to somewhere. Like, it's a little strange, but whatever. She probably knows her way around the school better than him, which is kind of sad on Hiso's part. Whatever. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. She's got a longer skirt than the other two girls I just noticed. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko? I don't know how to say her name. She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Nope. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Oh, this is the librarian. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to an extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily, how can I help you? The voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual. She's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk while I was looking, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and while I was looking for both, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. I have like the same voice for all of them. I need a new voice for her. It's okay. No, I can't do that voice either. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. There we go. I got a new voice. Bam. Look at that. And I think we're going to be seeing her more often because she's a character and she's the librarian. So I'm going to give her this voice. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically, trying to push aside the possibility that she could be an inconvenience by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression. And she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than expected, Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message. Oh, the 2 important books that arrived. Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can quickly shift between nods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuriko. This is Hiso, a new student. Hiso, this is Yuriko, the school librarian. I couldn't guess. Pleased to meet you. Hiso. Right, Hiso. Pleased to meet you too, Hiso. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind. So, oh gosh. So she won't forget. I just really looked at the time and realized that we're out of time. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, leave a like and maybe subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see all you peoples next time. Bye-bye.